This is your no bullshit guide to a happier life. Quick, but not necessarily easy tips to help you to squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of your business and your life. My name is Helen Calvert. I'm a coach, a business owner and a parent, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I do swear occasionally, as the title suggests, so pop in your headphones if I'm not safe for little ears. Ready to go? Let's do this. This episode is sponsored by Lisa Curtis of LVC Projects. You don't realise it, but you actually know Lisa's work because she is the producer of this podcast. I cannot recommend Lisa highly enough when it comes to assistance with creating, promoting, producing and maintaining a podcast. She has been invaluable for me since day one. Lisa helps entrepreneurs grow their business by writing and designing quality content and producing epic podcasts. Get ready to show up online consistently, reach an audience of ideal clients, and grow your business without the stress via an engaging and well-produced podcast. You can relax now because Lisa will make your business life a whole lot easier. Do you need to get more eyes or ears on your content, build your authority so people will buy from you, grow an engaged and loyal audience to grow your business? Lisa can implement your existing marketing plan, create your content from scratch, or kickstart your podcast so you don't have to. Lisa's goals are to work with clients whose purpose she believes in, offer services that excite and challenge her, create clear packages that make clients' lives better, and form healthy work and life boundaries so together we can all thrive in every aspect of life. Can you see why I work with her? Helping you with your passion is Lisa's passion. Find out more via lvcprojects.com or via the links in the show notes for this episode. Hello and welcome to this episode and the start of our new season 4 of the No Bullshit Guide to a Happier Life. Thank you so much for all of your support to get me to this point. To get to this point we've got to all together of season 4. Season 4 is going to be all about getting shit done, but this episode is about why get shit done. Why are we doing it? All this stuff we have to do or we think we have to do. And I'm not just going to be talking about work stuff. Hopefully you know me well enough by now to know that it's everything. Work stuff, home stuff, social stuff, parenting stuff, caring duties, community stuff, self-care when we squeeze it in somewhere. All this stuff we feel like we have to do. Why? Why are we doing any of it? Well, if we're doing the right stuff for the right reasons, then we're doing it to reach our goals, which then means, if we have good goals, that we're doing it to have a happier life. There's things we want, not just material things, but there's things we want and we're working towards those, and then there's a load of stuff we need to do to reach those goals or to continue with those goals. You know, some goals are kind of constant, aren't they? Like maybe be fit and healthy. You know, that's not a goal that ends, but we're doing it to reach our goals if we're doing the right stuff. So goals can include things, all kinds of things, like caring for our children the best way that we can. Is the school bake sale an important part of that? That's debatable. You know, why are we rushing around when we don't have time to bake 25 cupcakes? Is it actually a part of our goals? It might be, but do we know? Goals can include having a beautiful home environment, you know, or maybe it's not even goals. I think that one for me is probably a need. I think I need a beautiful home environment, but that can mean, as it does for me, employing a cleaner or maybe a declutterer or both, rather than adding a load of tasks to our own list. So today I'm asking you the question, what are you trying to achieve? What's the point? What are you trying to achieve? And there's no wrong answers. It's going to be different for all of us. Some of the stuff you want to achieve is going to be like completely irrelevant to me. Some of the stuff I want to achieve would be, God, I don't even want that, Helen. Like, you couldn't make me take that if you gave it to me, you know? It's different for all of us. But what are we trying to achieve? It's time to figure it out if you don't know. And it's the start of a new year. I think for a lot of us, September feels more like the start of the new year. But in theory, it's the start of a new year. This episode's coming out in January, so it's that time when everybody's talking about new stuff. But I don't think this needs to be new stuff. I think that you know what you're trying to achieve, but maybe it's time to pin it down so it's obvious to you. So if you don't know, then vision board it, journal it, discuss it, come and have a coaching session about it, figure it out somehow. There's tons and tons of ways, and there's so much information out there about vision boarding and journaling. I do have a podcast episode on journaling. You can discuss it with anyone you like, but let's figure it out. What is it we're trying to achieve in life, just this year? Whatever's meaningful, whatever feels like you can pin it down. Because from a selfish point of view, my loves, I do not want to spend the whole of this year helping you to get shit done that doesn't matter. I do not want to jump into this and go, right, here's all my top tips for getting shit done. And you're going to be like, wow, amazing. I've got so much stuff done. And, I'm ticking all this stuff off my list. And it's like, God, it's just irrelevant crap that isn't getting you anywhere towards anything and is just taking up your time and headspace. So let's make sure that what we're trying to do is stuff that's actually worth doing. So that brings me to our mindset block alert for this episode. Your task list, your to-do list, your notebook, your project management tool, your mental list of the stuff you have to get done, whatever it is, that is your tool for achieving your goals. It is not your boss or your master. Because quite often, including myself, I think we can fall into the trap of thinking that the list that we've written or what pops up in our online system or what's in our calendar is the boss. And, we can succeed or fail. We can get it all done. Amazing. The boss will be happy. Or we can, completely fail and not do any of it. And oh no, somewhere, the gods of the project management are going to be angry with us. We say things, don't we, like, oh, that's still on my list, or yeah, that's in red in my project management system. That's kind of, beeping at me or popping up all the time, or, oh, I still haven't done that thing. So what? Does it matter? Is the reason you haven't done it because it's not actually important right now, even though it was when you added it, whenever you added it? There aren't actually gods of the task list. They will not punish you. There is absolutely no reason to complete your list or tick things off or get anything done unless it gets you closer to what you want. So if the reason you haven't done half the things is because actually you went out for a lovely dog walk and saw a friend and that got you closer to feeling healthy and happy and steady and loved, great. It doesn't, the tasks will still be there. What are we trying to achieve? The task list is not our master. Let's talk about some example goals. And as I say, this could be goals. I mean, the words, they mean different things to different people, don't they? So it could be goals, it could be needs, it could be wants, it could be aims, it could be feelings, it could be stuff that we cut out of a magazine and stuffed on our vision board, whatever. But let's have a look at some of the things we could be going for that aren't earn £1 million or become famous. Because I think sometimes when we talk about goals, it's like, oh, that must be some kind of big financial thing or some kind of amazing, like, dream Hollywood, I will become the leading lady in some Hollywood movie. Fine, if that's your goal. But what else could be on this list of what we're trying to achieve? So, yeah, we could have to have a healthy body for as long as possible, to protect our mental health, to contribute to our communities, to grow our audiences, grow our businesses. There might be material things. We want a new car. I want a camper van. If anyone's got one, they'd like to give me for free. Could be a new handbag, new shoes, all that material stuff. We might want to have more time off, not to do anything particular, or we might want to travel more, or both. To help our children to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. I mean, it's endless. This is just some examples, but it's to help you to understand that I'm not just talking about, the income figure or the huge stretch goal. Now, some of those that I mentioned, they need to be a little bit smarter. If you've heard about SMART goals, they need to have an end point. How much is enough? How do we know when we're done? Because if you have an aim to contribute to your community, if you're not careful, you could end up saying yes to everything and running yourself ragged, when actually it could be, if you look at it, that contributing to your community means doing one or two specific things, a specific amount of time that you dedicate. You need to know when you're done. Same with growing a business, growing an audience. Yeah, growth is great, but how much? What are we aiming for? Because otherwise we don't really know when we're done. And that leads to that feeling of not being able to switch off, not being able to say no, having to just keep going. So before we go into how to get shit done, which is a subject I know a hell of a lot about, I do get a lot of shit done on a regular basis, but I need you to know why anything is on your list in the first place. What is it that you want? It doesn't just have to be you. It could be your small group of people. So you, your partner, your children, if you have them, who is your kind of key unit, your household, or whoever are the people that really count for you. Because sometimes one of our goals could be to support someone else in something. So if our partner desperately wants, some kind of promotion or new role, if there's things that we can do to support them with that, maybe some of that is on our to-do list. So that's absolutely fine. Again, I would encourage you to understand where that ends, though. You do not have to be doing things that help everybody else with all of their stuff. There's a limit to how much you can do. So yes, think about what you want, include in that some of the goals that perhaps you're assisting other people with. I think that's particularly relevant for our children because they might want different things, be trying to achieve different things, and they need our help with that, don't they? If you've got a child who wants to be an athletics star, then a lot of the stuff on your to-do list is going to be ferrying them around to athletic meets and buying kit and washing kit and all the rest of it. So that's fine. But again, just, make sure you understand where that ends. If there's a lot of stuff on your list that is helping friends, family, strangers, neighbours, everybody else with their goals, might need a little bit of tweaking, because I suspect that means there's not a lot of room for your stuff. And if you listened to last season, I hope you did, which was all about our relationship with ourselves, you will know that we have to start here with us. So what is it that you want? I know for some of you that's going to be a huge question, that you're like, I don't know, Helen, I've been listening to your podcast for years and I still don't know what I want. It is important to look at. If you're really struggling with it, I would encourage you to talk it through with someone. You can always book in for an online headspace session with me, which is a 1-hour one-off coaching session, which you can find the details of that on my website. All the details of how to work with me are in the show notes for these episodes. So you can always book in for that, because figuring out what you want would be ideal for that kind of session. But yes, I encourage you to talk it through with somebody in some way, because if you don't know what you're trying to achieve, it's very difficult to pick out what needs to go on a to-do list and how to prioritise and what to drop and what to say no to and what to say yes to. All this stuff we're going to be talking about. So that is where we are going to start. And I'm so excited to get stuck into a new season with you all. And please do let me know some of your goals and the things you're trying to achieve. If you would like to share those, I would love to hear about them. You can find me on my social media channels. Clear Your Day on Instagram is probably my favourite platform, but you can find me all over the place. And as I say, it's all in the show notes. So please do let me know if you have anything you'd like to share. But importantly, make sure you know what you are trying to achieve before you listen to any more of these episodes, because otherwise, as I say, I'm going to be helping you to achieve a load of stuff that doesn't matter. And if that's the case, I'd rather you had a nap because I'm a big fan of the nap. So as you try to figure out what it is that you want, I hope you can continue to be excessively kind to yourselves. And let's keep going to squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of life. Speak to you next time. Thank you so much for listening. Did you know that my first book is now available to purchase online? Check out the show notes for details of how to get your hands on a copy. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd be so grateful if you could leave me a review, and don't forget to subscribe so you know when new episodes are up. If you would like to work with me one-to-one or follow more of my content, you can find out how in the show notes. See you next time.